Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the boy, the YIC, the youngest in charge, Leon Slater here. And I got a message for all my people in the UK, you know. I mean, being from the UK myself, we grew up on TNA, and that is why I'm happy to provide you with a UK exclusive promo code to get 1 month free on TNA Plus. The code is going to be Leon YIC, and that can get you 1 whole month. A whole month subscription free to the best pro wrestling subscription there is out there. You get me?
It's Alive 107.3. Lee here with you, still trying to catch my breath from the total non-stop action that has taken place in the past week as the superstars of TNA were in action Thursday night on Impact, Friday night at Under Siege, and then Sunday at Border Brawl as well. Now, if you missed any of that action, you can catch it on demand by heading to TNA Plus. In fact, if you head on there just now, you can stream this past week's sold-out premium live event, Under Siege. It was stacked from top to bottom and included, in my opinion, one of the best tag team matches that we have seen in a long, long time. Matt Hardy and Leon Slater attempting to seek retribution and get their hands on TNA Tag Team Gold as they faced off against arguably one of the greatest, not just brother tag teams, but tag teams in all of professional wrestling. Of course, I'm talking about the Hollywood Heels, the team of the Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth, and his brother, the wanted man, Nic Nemeth. I'm delighted to say, join me right now. Guys, how are yous?
Well, you answered it before you even asked it. How are we? We're the world's greatest brothers tag team of all time. We just defended against Matt Hardy and Leon Slater. We're still the champions. We're still the best. A lot of people say they're the best, but then they can't. We beat I pinned Jeff Hardy, first of all. So I don't know. We're doing great. How about you?
I say I'm genuinely excited to see and to speak to you guys. It's been amazing to watch your run here in TNA wrestling. I think you've caught a lot of people by surprise. And I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but how on the same page you guys actually are. I mean, you've both had incredible singles runs throughout your careers, wherever you have been. But since you guys came together, really, at Sacrifice, shocking the world by doing what you did to Matt Hardy, defeating the guys at Rebellion and winning those tag team titles, you really have been on an absolute hot streak. I know you've been doing lots of these media rounds for Under Siege, for this coming up to Against All Odds next Friday on TNA Plus. What has the media world been making of the Hollywood Heels?
So far, it's been, cautious optimism. Like, hey, these two guys are getting together, blah, blah, blah. Let's see the deal. And when it really goes to show when you don't hear a bunch of negative things, when everyone's negative on social media, even for things that they love, like, man, that was a great game, but I hate this and I hate this. Like in a negative world where that jumps out so much more than compliments, a world has watched us back it up in the ring. I think they were waiting for us to like, oh, Nick used to not have a great winning percentage, and Ryan's probably not going to step it up and be the champions, but they'll have a good try because that's how they were accustomed to believing years and years ago. So now they've watched us deliver in the ring, and no one has come up and said, they're not really backing it up, and they're not really entertaining, and they're not really good at their jobs, and no one's listening. It's the opposite. People are like, oh, damn it, they're good at this. This wasn't supposed to happen. So it's something that we've talked about for 20 or 30 years and always dreamed of, and it's all coming together for us. We've been on the same page on so many different levels in different aspects. But when it comes to wrestling, we haven't had a ton of experience together. And over the last year, we've started to get these reps in, and we're on the same page, much like a really well-oiled machine tag team. Not exactly the same, because it's a tag team that did comedy, jokes, movies, wrote things together. And now it's coming together, and we're pacing that into being really good at wrestling and tying that in. So in the next couple months, years, decades, we'll start to slowly, everyone will just have to go like, oh, I guess they're really awesome at this. We got to deal with it.
You are really awesome at this, and as you say there, Nick, it's in every aspect of this. You are phenomenal in the ring. Ryan, I have to admit, I was aware of the work you'd done outside of TNA wrestling. But I'm a TNA guy through and through. That's what I watch every week. Don't really watch.
That brings us to a great point. This tag team powerhouse was inevitable, but where was it going to happen? Because there was a few different companies this could have happened at over the years, And so, to TNA's great benefit, that happened to be the place that this organically came to be. So watch TNA Plus.
That's what I was going to ask. How did this? Because it did feel very organic in nature, and sometimes when you watch wrestling, as much as I do and as much as you guys know, it can sometimes come across as being quite forced from management, from guys in the back. How did this actually come about? Did you have the conversation with management, say we want to try this?
I always pitched several different ideas, but I never want to be like, here's what we're doing and I need to do this or I'm out of here or anything like that. I was just like, hey, it'd be really cool if I did X or Y or Z. And constantly I was like, hey, what do you think about me and Ryan? And it's like, oh, it could be a possibility. It could work. And then the math started adding up, and behind the scenes, the team started going, we could really go a lot of places with this if you guys can deliver in that ring. So we had a tiny little practice run where we like did a couple tag matches together, and we've never really had any time to do that. And it went so swimmingly that we said, okay, you guys could be possibly a big threat here, because a really important aspect that a lot of people don't realize when you're on the outside looking in, wrestling is important. Being athletic is important. Backing it up in the ring every night is important. Being a ring general is important. Being able to dictate everything to the entire audience as one person or one unit is really important. Being able to do media and back it up and go get some butts into seats by talking to them, getting on the microphone and have everybody booing you out of the entire arena because they're so mad that you're the champion is so hard to accomplish organically. And even in the quick few weeks and months we've had, it's when Ryan goes to grab the microphone, they're trying to boo us out of the building. Even the people who have in the back of their subconscious 15, 20 years of me kicking ass and being a fan, like they're being worn down to go, we hate these guys, and not because they're bad at wrestling, because they're good at everything.
TNA has given a platform for this organic, awesome storyline to happen. So crazy that what you just mentioned, even in your absence from a TV taping, I will stand up to address you to the people and not be able to speak because they're booing so loudly. That's the sound of people who've wanted something like this for years and years and years, and here it is. It's happening.
Well, I was going to ask that, Ryan, because I mean, to many people, you've often been seen in a supporting role to Nic.
Yeah.
Obviously, in your run in TNA, you have been superb in the role of the guy that people love to hate. How does it actually feel to be that person as a performer? Because obviously you get joy, and your job is to draw that heat out of people.
Now listen, mostly I get joy, but I also get this black eye that I got from young Leon Slater, one of our mortal enemies over there on the TNA roster. But to answer your question, with the creative direction offered by someone like Tommy Dreamer, who says, hey, this is what people think about you anyways. It would be really great if you leaned into this. And hey, instead of doing a character, can you just be you, just turn it up? And so that's what you're getting, my feelings about wrestling fans, basically. And I think that's been a nice addition of mine, a component of mine to help the team, the Nemeth, the greatest tag team brothers of all time.
Well, let's talk about that. The greatest tag team brothers of all time, because I mean, that is quite a statement that you guys have made. Obviously, you're backing it up just now, TNA World Tag Team Champions. But if you look at some of the great brother tag teams that there have been in the world of pro wrestling, I mean, obviously, we're talking about the Steiner brothers, the Young Bucks, the Usos, Harlem Heat, dare I say, even one of my favorite tag teams from when I was growing up, the Beverly Brothers. Where do you guys actually think you could be in that list in 2 or 3 years' time?
Obviously, it takes some time because, in 20 years, we've had 5-6 matches together. But as it's coming together right now, and I feel like I'm in the most pain-free I've ever been. I feel looser. I feel better. I feel really like, I don't know, not reinvigorated, but I just feel like I'm unstoppable. And as this comes together, as Ryan is clicking perfectly and we just start getting going, it's really, it's up to us. If we continue to dominate, if we continue to find ways to not just win matches, but outside of the ring, show people that you can come and try and follow us on the microphone with creative stuff, behind the scenes, backstage, doing media, calling on the microphone and saying, we are the best, all these different aspects that people kind of push to the side and they go, hey, this guy does really cool moves. when it comes down to it, being a full Renaissance man or woman, when you could check a box in every possible category that says, I can knock it out of the park in any one of these, and we combine together as a unit over the next couple of years, it could be where people just start going, man, I wish this happened 10 years ago, because these guys would already be in all the Hall of Fames. So if we continue to do what we do and just go inch by inch, proving ourselves and having people put a few things off to the side that says, well, I don't like you from 15 years ago, or I don't think Ryan's done enough wrestling to be in this position right now. It doesn't matter. What we've done is absolutely deliver in this situation every step of the way. And again, a shout out to Tommy and the team at TNA for giving us a chance to go, there's a lot of money to be made here. And it's not just in the ring, because Ryan brings so many different aspects of the business out of other people and represents it for himself. And when you combine us together, I don't know how we can be stopped other than me dying when I'm 200 years old.
You know, my brother Nick is the best pro wrestler in the world. To be teamed up with him, I mean, imagine that. Imagine how cool that is. But, you know, who else is, what other TV show is bringing anything that we bring? The dynamic is very unique. The family bond is there. The humor is there. The background is there. I think we're the greatest brothers tag team of all time.
We're going to talk on that. You mentioned that humor there. I want to touch on that in a little bit if I can. But obviously, Ryan, this past week at Under Siege, you've delivered that fantastic, emphatic, in my opinion, win over Matt Hardy and Leon Slater. In my eyes, that must draw a line under that rivalry just now. Where do you think you're going to go next? Because if you look at the tag teams that are currently in TNA wrestling, it's probably one of the strongest tag team wrestlers we've seen in quite a while in there. Who are you keeping your eye on just now as you move on from the Hardys?
Well, let me say, we always have the history with the system. That's unfinished business there, in my opinion. But I say, you know, a team that we've not really encountered, you know, as opponents, as a team, even at all, the Rascals. How about them? You know, that they're longtime TNA champs, favorites. They're out there. And we're out
also, the First Class, who I think has a ton of potential, which we've been in the ring with before, back and forth. The Armory guys, Rascals are the ones that I've kept an eye on for a while now too.
Mhm.
But it's just a system, like Ryan said, we always have those guys. It could be anybody that steps up. And so many different tag teams are going. Like I was saying, it's like it's a fun time to be a TNA fan because there's so many different aspects of it. But also the tag team division has a bunch of capable, awesome tag teams that could be leading the way. The Hardys, of course. How can that not be? Maybe friggin' Joe Henry and Elijah. Who's to say? But they're not together as a full-time tag team. But the Army guys, Rascals, Good Hands, those guys are just, they've done the work that we are attempting to build right now. So they could, any one of those teams, catch us on a bad day and catch us off guard. But for the most part, we do so much planning and we work hard together as a well-oiled machine that all that matters is we're the champions now, and anyone steps up to it, we're welcome to it. And I am not someone who goes, hey, this tag team sucks because I don't like them, and I'll pretend that they're not good. They're all great. Like, it's so fun. Like, I'm trying to think of a tag team that I go, is it ready for tag team titles in TNA? And I can't think of any. So that's the best part of it, knowing that the competition is there, and knowing that every night you're only as good as your last match, no matter how many I've had in the last 20 years. If I don't deliver one of these nights, I can't sleep. I won't eat. I freak out. And I go, I need to get better and be the best ever. So when it comes down to that team clicking, it could be anybody on any given night. But right now we are unstoppable as a tag team, and we plan to do it for the next couple of decades.
And, you know, it also might be somebody, unfortunately, now from some outside company like NXT, now that we've seen that's possible. So we just have to keep our eyes open and heads on a swivel.
I was going to ask about that as well, because you mentioned that obviously the forbidden doors well and truly kicked open with everything that's going on in the wrestling world in 2025. But we know you guys are heading to Monterrey in Mexico, June 15th, representing TNA at Triplemania, which sees stars of TNA, AAA, and WWE all represented. How excited are you both to be representing TNA in this new part of the wrestling world?
Ryan, take over. I've been to AAA and Triplemania, and it was one of the greatest friggin' things that I got to be a part of. But Ryan has never done this yet, and us being a part of it, being sent as like, hey, who can best represent TNA? And we're one of a handful going there to show everybody what we're worth. Ryan, take over. You should. I'm excited for it.
I've just personally had some ups and downs in wrestling in different companies over the years. Okay, me doing anything at all connected to NXT or WWE and anything we've done has been kind of sentimental and full circle for me. To come from that kind of a background and to somehow be in the same cosmic pathway that I'm with my brother Nick. Now we're a tag team. Now we're competing on this gigantic show in a country I've never wrestled or performed in ever. It's insane. It's crazy. Of course I'm excited. I can't freaking wait for that. It's huge. It's huge.
It's huge. I'll tell you what else would be absolutely huge. That would be to see you guys defend the TNA World Tag Team titles here in the UK. And now I ask this every time I get the chance to speak with the TNA superstar. Guys, just between you and us and the listeners, any information you can share. Do you think we'll see you guys defending those titles over here in the UK in the calendar year 2025?
I just being the senior member of the team who happens to be behind the scenes a little bit longer and asks a few more questions. For me personally, I feel like something last year almost happened and it just ended up being going a different way. We were very excited about it because we know that fan base is there and we know what that means to TNA and how many different interviews we had. We're like, hey man, like how like extra beloved TNA is in the UK, and I really hope we can get there this year, if not 2026. But I really think we're putting some work into it. I don't have anything official to say. I just know that the company as a whole said we're going to reach out and we're going to reward these fans with something because they've been so loyal to TNA, especially now as even more people are talking about it in the moment. So hopefully soon, I really think it's going to happen because one, that fan base is so rabid and therefore they deserve to be rewarded for the loyalty to TNA.
Okay, guys, I know time is just against us, so time for one more thing, I hope. Nick, we've done this a couple of times before. Ryan, this will be the first time for you. I've got in front of me 5 names of TNA superstars. I would like you, if you would, to tell me the first word that jumps into your head when I list these names. Are you guys up for this?
Ryan?
Yes.
Oh, sounds a little hesitant. I don't know if I like it.
Tell me the rule. Tell me how it goes. What do we do?
It's literally, I'm going to give you the name of a TNA superstar and I want you to tell me the first thing that jumps into your head. Is this all right? Okay, right. So the name number 1, and we'll start with you, Ryan. Mustafa Ali.
Smooth.
Oh, very good. Nick, name number 2 for you. Victoria Crawford.
Fox, as in crazy like a.
Very, very good. Ryan, back to yourself. Elijah.
Gitbox, which is another name for a guitar.
Okay. Name number 4. Nick, Indy Hartwell.
Ooh. Fresh.
Very good. And the final name I would like from you both, the first thing that jumps into your head when you hear the name Tom Hannifan.
Oh, wow. Legend from me.
Smart ass from me.
Can it be both? A little bit of both. That's perfect.
Guys, thank you so very much for taking the time. The Hollywood Heels, Ryan and Nic Nemeth. Fingers crossed you'll be able to catch them at Against All Odds, live and exclusive on TNA Plus a week on Friday. In fact, if you want to see that event, you can head online right now and get 1 month free if you're here in the UK and Ireland using the code Leon YIC. That's the code exclusively given to us by Leon Slater. Use that at watch.tnawrestling.com. You can get 1 month free. And not only can you see Against All Odds, you can catch everything on demand from the past 20 plus years of total non-stop action wrestling. Guys, fingers crossed we will get to see you defend those titles here in the UK. And fingers crossed we'll get to see you do some comedy when you're over here as well.
That would be a blast. I would love that.
That would be awesome. We'll see if we can make that happen. Guys, thank you so very much for taking the time and joining us here on Alive 107.3.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the boy, the YIC, the youngest in charge, Leon Slater here. And I got a message for all my people in the UK, you know. I mean, being from the UK myself, we grew up on TNA, and that is why I'm happy to provide you with a UK exclusive promo code to get 1 month free on TNA Plus. The code is going to be Leon YIC, and that can get you 1 whole month, a whole month subscription free to the best pro wrestling subscription there is out there. You get me?